Hey everybody, welcome back to BAM Collectibles. Now I know what you're thinking, alright, 2 Madara statues back to back, that's a little too much, but you're wrong, it's just the right amount. I've been wanting someone to do a Sage of 6 Paths Madara for so long, and man, did Singularity Workshop come through. The base itself is pretty huge. It's all one giant piece. There's some nice felt on the bottom with some foam pads to keep it from not sliding around. If you look at the moss details on this thing, it is so awesome looking. It's realistic, it's textured. You got to be careful because if you touch that moss too much, it kind of flakes and falls off. But the wood, the rock, it's, what do I got to say? It's Singularity Workshop. They do incredible jobs with their work. We can see the switch on the back. I will mention that the power cord that it comes with is about 3 to 4 feet long, which is actually not that long when you're trying to plug it into areas within your display case that might sit too high. So I actually ordered 10 feet long ones off of Amazon. There's a link in the description below. I keep links for a lot of different things that I use as a collector. You can always check those out in the description if you need to. About a minute and 30 seconds in, and we're already busting out this masterful sculpt of Madara. One of the most important parts of a statue typically is the head sculpt, how it represents the character. And man, did they hit the nail on the head for him. It looks so perfect, as if it jumped right out of that moment where he broke that horn piece off to reveal what's on his forehead. What I love about the rest of his outfit is the fact that it looks very used and beaten up. He's been through a lot of battles and fights at this point, so it makes perfect sense, but I love how they executed that all throughout the rest of the outfit. The robe itself is typically what I would imagine white, and it's more of a dirty white looking. That little cavity right there is where the Truth Seeker orbs will later be attached. His luscious locks were perfectly sculpted, and I do love how they look more white colored than his outfit. All in all, I have not a negative thing to say about it. Everything is exactly how I could have ever dreamt it to be. As I mentioned before, the Truth Seeker orbs were sculpted separately, and I do believe that they're all made of plastic or PVC. This one orb does have a longer piece on it. That's what will attach to the back of Madara. The clear ring that connects everything does look like a bit of an eyesore this close up, but when you get everything assembled and in place, they honestly just disappear in the background. Here we can see the 6 Paths Shakujo, or the staff, which is made up of the same material that the Truth Seeker orbs are. I have to say, I can't really tell if it's made of plastic or resin. It's extremely lightweight, which I am thankful for, and it doesn't seem all too fragile, so it might be plastic. The fit is really tight, so I have to put it in there and kind of just shift it back and forth until it slowly slides into his hand. As a nice added touch, Singularity Workshop included 5 different cocoons that can be attached to the Divine Tree on multiple different branches. The bottom actual cocoon is made of resin, and that top white piece is made of metal. I want to get a close-up and show you that there were small holes drilled into the statue to allow these metal pieces to secure the cocoons onto the tree. Seen in the intro for this video is a giant moon. The paint job for it looks awesome as well. If we look at the very bottom of this, there's what looks to be a steel rod, but it's not. It's actually an adapter that plugs in to a power source at the very top of the statue. With that installed, I gotta turn the lights off so you can see these LEDs. And just like that, the moon transforms into the Infinite Tsukuyomi. I have no idea what they have going on inside of that moon that allows it to do what it just did, but it is so incredible to have that as a feature. Speaking of features, I want to show you probably one of the coolest features I've ever seen for a statue. That right there was not fancy camera editing. It turns on by a loud sound or snapping. Standard for Singularity Workshop, the edition size is noted on this collector's coin. It is number 22 out of 122 INT, which means international. So it's an international version of this statue. There might have been multiple versions of this statue created. It came with this acrylic stand it can sit on, but I wanted to share something with you guys that I found and I think is pretty neat. A friend of mine pointed out that these existed and I had to give them a try. It's basically a coin holder. You have the plastic black frame, and in between there is what feels like two pieces of shrink wrap. It's not shrink wrap, but it's something that when you put the coin in place and then close it, it helps it to rest and stay in its position so you can display it properly. Kind of tricky to get it into the right position, but I'm going to go ahead and attempt that. Screwed that one up. With that now properly centered, you can see how this looks, and I think it's a fantastic alternative method to display coins if you have these for your collection. As I said, links in the description if you're looking to pick some of these up. Anytime you use my Amazon affiliate links for my go-to items, that does help out the channel greatly. This black envelope was the last goodie that was included. I love wax seals. They look so cool. I would love to get my own wax seal made of something just to have the dang thing. But I'm going to go ahead and pry this open so we can check out what's inside. Alright, so we have a nice clean art print and we have an authenticity sticker right there to the right. So that's something that if you ever bought one of these and it didn't include this, that would kind of be some telltale warning signs that it might not be an authentic statue. Singularity Workshop, Guy and Madara side by side. Seeing these two light up in the dark like this, I'm telling you, I'm about to shed a man tear. Now, I know these two are kind of in two different scenes or two different episodes, right? We have Guy using his final ability, Night Guy, and then we also have Madara using his. So they're two different parts, but they still do look amazing side by side. Towards the end, I'm going to briefly talk about statues that are on the horizon that are going to be showcased that are actually going to accent Madara perfectly. I wanted to also show off the ZH Madara that I recently reviewed, just so you can see a scale difference between a 1/6 scale character and a 1/7 scale. If I truly had a preference, I would always choose statues around that 1/8 or 1/7 scale as we see in the Sage of Six Paths Madara. Thank you to my members. If you ever wonder what exactly the funds go towards on this channel, it all gets poured back into it to make things more epic and enjoyable for everyone. I'm super excited to add this statue to my collection, and I'm so thankful to have this moment and this character captured in such an awesome looking statue. So I don't normally tease everyone too much with the future and what's coming, but this picture is going to really showcase what we do have on the horizon as far as other statues to be showcased. If that's not enough, we have an awesome tag team statue that'll be on the way of another Madara and Obito. I am super excited for this one. This one is going to be one that I've been waiting for a while. And then if that's not enough, let's put the cherry on the icing on the cake and bring in a Susanoo. Most of these statues will be arriving in the next 4 to 5 weeks, so I hope you can look forward to it. And if you are enjoying my content and have not made the decision to subscribe to the channel, I would encourage you to do so. As always, everybody, do what you love and love what you do. Bam out.